Welcome to the first episode of The Noob and the Curious. Oh, wait.
Dada said
Don't
that.
say
Okay.
don't say
Welcome to the
noob.
first.
It's noob. It's not
Okay, we,
noob.
we finalized on Noob and Curious because all three of us are very curious about a lot of topics
And we
and
are
we don't want to deny
basically
the fact that we are
noobs.
all noobs. Yeah. So
It's
Right.
the,
noob.
ep- the it's a noob. Okay. Correct me
Okay.
again. Uh, the
Noob.
show is
He's like
the format of
the
the
honest
show.
trailer guy who says boobs instead of boob. I mean, he says it ironically, obviously, and then this guy he doesn't know what noob, pronunciation is.
Welcome to the first episode of Noob and Curious, featuring Steve Rogan Philip,
Okay.
Shanti Rogan Kiran, and Vimal Rogan Bharadwaj.
Just because we tag Rogan, it's not going to take off or anything, right? Like our middle names are not really Rogan, but okay.
We still stick to the middle names given by our families. Okay,
Yes,
so
exactly.
this
You
is
know, middle name is father's name, right?
Yeah, my daddy is not Rogan.
That's the point.
Rogan daddy.
Steve
And
Rogan
start.
Philip.
Let's talk about AI and the hype behind the AI. Now, when I say AI, I know it's very broad and it's very Let's narrow it down for now. Let's while we start our conversation to ChatGPT, and I also want to talk about the new Bing chat bot which we have. I think it's called Sydney, right? And how it differentiates between that and ChatGPT and all the things people put into it. Sydney came up with a review model itself, but they're still testing it out, right? But they announced it.
I wanted to introduce to you the new chat experience in Bing.
How these two are compared with the existing Google's AI, which is implemented completely differently to what these two AIs are doing. And I don't want to get carried away, but later in the show we will also talk about different other kinds of AI, but we will get to that. But let's start the conversation with ChatGPT.
Wait a second. Just explain to this noob what the hell is AI in this. The fact that I'm civil engineer doesn't mean I'm dumb.
No, I
Uh,
know. So no, I understand where you're coming from. A lot of people, where we come from, doing our regular jobs and being, I mean, we're not experts in AI field, or we're not experts in IT. Even if I am working in IT, it doesn't mean that I'm, expert or I'm there yet, right?
mhm.
So, but the thing about AI or any technology to be specific is that we can use that technology in every industry and in our day-to-day lives, like we've been using for the past 20 years now. But AI, when people get narrow AI, is basically an software application system, an algorithm, a recognition pattern built into it, where it does one specific task very efficiently and very quickly than human beings. One of the examples is the robotic arms, which Tesla factories have, or most car manufacturing factories have, where they only have one job to do and they do it perfectly, flawlessly.
That's AI.
Recognizing what it's doing, like for example, if you take what do you say,
Uh,
autonomous driving. Okay, autonomous driving is also just programming. Okay,
no,
but
that's
recognizing,
AI.
no.
Okay. Okay.
See, that's the thing. It's very close, very thin line right now with our technology and AI. So AI,
Mhm.
the difference between that and AI is, in our head, AI should be recognizing context and having a normal conversation with a human being, and also understanding
make decisions
what
by
we're
itself.
saying. Yeah, and make decisions by
Yeah.
itself. Okay, so I know that the robotic arm doesn't make any decisions by itself. I get that, but then
Mhm.
if you put a human hand there, or if you put something which is not supposed to be there, okay, it will look at it. It has cameras, it has motion sensors, it has so many other things going into it, and then it'll make a decision to stop or avoid that, or stay clear of that. So that is like a very tiny bit of, I wouldn't say AI. I don't like to use the term AI just about on anything. It's just like I'm trying to build up to the stages of what we have right now to the actual AI. So there's a little bit of part of code over there which can be used in AI, or it can be considered that okay, it's doing its job without human interference or human interaction, that narrow specific job, right? So the in that narrow AI, there are different phases again, right? So I don't want to get into each and every thing of them, but basically that's what narrow AI does. One specific job perfectly, right? And then which will eventually save a lot of man hours, and then companies will, I mean, obviously those robots or those softwares that don't take vacation days or sick days or whatever. So there's a lot of incentive for business owners to actually implement that, right? And then there's this another thing called and another phase of this scenario is all of these chatbots which are coming up. So now these chatbots are generative text to speech languages, okay, which are recognizing a pattern of words, okay, and then constructing their own sentences based on the context of what we are talking about or what we are asking of it. Okay, so
Okay.
that's a little bit next level of that narrow AI, but it's still narrow AI. Okay, it's still performing the same job, it's still performing the
But it's
only one
narrow.
job, but yeah, that's why it's narrow, right? And then but even if you look at ChatGPT right now, right? ChatGPT and also it's these kind of AIs are only as good as the data they have in them, the
Okay.
data they have, they play around with. So the OpenAI guys feed them whatever data sets they want ChatGPT to know or to consider when someone asks them a question. And once it does, it goes to that data repository and searches all of that relevant words, and then it auto understands what to pick, which words to pick and how to answer it properly. And so all of that optimization is happening in the background in different versions of that chat GPT, but it is essentially doing the same thing: pattern recognition, speech recognition, data assimilation, and then composing all of that and then providing you an answer. So now Bing has a different data set. It's called the internet. So,
Okay.
so that's massive. Okay. But the problem with the internet, as we all know, that we have information and we also have misinformation. So when it comes to AI, thank you for changing the camera angles. So cool that you did that. And oh, thank you. So yeah, so it uses the internet, right? So when you ask for a particular specific question, it might give you the right answer or it might not. In some source, in somewhere, in some hundredth page of Google search, which we barely go out of the first page as soon as we search
Nobody
for
goes
something.
there.
Exactly, nobody goes
You
there.
can
It's like
even
a,
you can
it's like
even leave
a
your country's nuclear secrets there. Nobody will find it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? So, yeah, let's say in that 100th page, there are a specific data which it was looking for, and that specific data matches with the question which we are asking, right? I mean, it will show you that data, right? Or it will suggest you in that related links, but it's not the right data. That's why Google showed it in the 100th page, because it wasn't relevant for what you were searching for. So that's where a lot of overlapping happens in search engine algorithms. And okay, so that is the difference between the how it searches for information and how it produces the information, assimilates it, packages it nicely, and then brings it to you, right? Now the and that another great example of that would be okay Google Assistant, right? That doesn't put aside the fact that usefulness when it comes to chat GPT is so high, right? People have been using that for so many things which Google cannot produce right now, because the difference between Google's search engine and chat GPT AI learning is completely different. They're programmed differently. Okay, so ChatGPT is programmed to give you an actual specific answer based on the information it has. Google just gives you everything it has. and
Okay,
then
so
leaves it for our interpretation or use.
what's going to happen to Amazon Alexa or Cortana? Should we consider them as generative AI, or do you think, what's your prediction on Amazon taking Alexa seriously now as something on par with ChatGPT or Bing's Sydney? Do you think Amazon will do that? Like, will it upgrade Alexa?
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Not too many. I think Amazon would do something because they also have lots of home devices as well, or lots of things at stake where when it comes to Alexa's connections and everything.
What's surprising right now is it's been over 3 months since we heard of ChatGPT, uh, and we've also seen how much it affects Google's business. We'll speak about Google's business and its impact on, like ChatGPT's impact on Google in a while. But it's so surprising to not hear anything from Amazon so far, because it is one of the, like, the biggest companies in the world, and it also has uh, Alexa, which most of us consider to be a predecessor to all of these AI chatbots, because
Yeah,
it
what I'm
is.
more
It's,
surprised, what I'm more surprised is why didn't Amazon buy OpenAI yet? That's their move. Like
Dude,
anything which is close to what they can use in their technology, they just buy it.
people are crowding
yeah,
to buy OpenAI. They're like just
Yeah, no. I can't believe Elon Musk actually had a stake in it and then he gave it up, I think.
they
he was
was
one of the
I'm not sure.
co-founders of OpenAI, and he
That's
left
what
in
I'm saying.
2018 or 19. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, I
they
mean,
just
I don't
it,
understand.
it started off. It
that
started off
topic is
as,
trending. That topic is trending now. Like why? What happened to Elon
yeah.
Musk? He left it because he considers OpenAI is not open anymore. They have their own stupid bureaucratic system where they have a set of rules and what do you call it, approval systems to get the shit done. And yeah, he's not really happy about it. And of course, his opinions are cringe a lot of times.
No, no, no.
Looking at what happened to Twitter.
Yeah, but
Uh,
then don't you guys agree though? Like something so powerful as what OpenAI is doing, do you really want it to be open source? Like really?
we don't know whether that's powerful yet. ChatGPT is ever the first
It
ever.
has the potential to do though.
We realize that now. It was a nobody till yesterday. And who knows? And Google or Facebook or Amazon can just surpass it in like a year, and we can just simply forget what is ChatGPT or what is OpenAI. The same happened with Boston Dynamics, right? People laughed at the first ever octopus, or I don't know, the first ever device will just do a merry-go-round around one specific point, and all the scientists were super excited about it. They're like, see, my device is kind of running around a point and doing some circus, and nobody bat an eye, zero fucks given. And look at what it's doing now.
Yeah, and
It's in
speaking of
construction.
Boston Dynamics, yeah,
It's in construction. I mean, at least they claim it, saying that it is construction ready, but I'm not really sure of it. I used to dream about the construction sites when I was working as a site engineer. Things scattered around everywhere. Nobody's knowing what's happening. Me, screw this shit. I was engineer. I was studying that like 6 years for my good life. And I went to site. I was lost. Like what the fuck? Like they're like bamboo sticks. They're like steel couplers, reinforcement. People roaming around. Bricks is there. Cement bags are there. There is water here. They call it curing. There are bunds. There are tanks. There is slab. There are 100 things, and I was not able to figure them out whatsoever. Uh, and walking on them was a challenge. And look what Boston Dynamics is doing now. I don't know if it. I'm 100% sure it's not programming. It is AI because they had to induce some kind of chip in its head to figure out on the go what is
absolutely.
that it shouldn't step on it. It should balance
Yeah,
it on the way. It should jump. It should swing. It should do all kind of stuff.
yep,
So yeah,
yeah.
now
That I'm
people are
I'm
proud of
actually
Boston Dynamics.
very yeah. I'm actually very surprised on what Zeus can do. You know the Zeus dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so amazing, and I couldn't figure out its applications yet. Like
Yeah.
how they could use it.
Yeah.
I mean, construction is a very good point, yes, but I saw
No.
SpaceX using it.
Oh, really?
That was, yeah, that was very surprising. That was so awesome. That I mean, in one of their what do you say,
Hmm.
launch sites, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and where nobody's supposed to be in that area, like they
Mm-hmm.
have to clear the area first, and then they have to launch it. And then once the testing was done, there was some shot where Zeus dog was walking around. That
Once it figure out
Nice.
how to do a
imagine
backflip, I'm
imagine
running away. I'm running for my life.
imagine we integrate these things, right? When we talk about narrow AI, and the next one was general AI, right? General AI is way more powerful, and I don't even want to think about the 0.1% of general AI would look like. It would probably look like a mash between this robot doing backflips, and also integrating the speech pattern into it, so that we can actually have a conversation with it, and we can actually talk and ask it why it thinks, I mean, whatever decision it made, why it made it, and what it considered, before making it. And then that would be, like a UI for the entire thing, I mean, AI programming, instead of going into the diving into the code for it. That's pretty interesting to see.
Yeah,
One day
but
the robot will.
that's
Sorry.
a new frontier. I get it. But fine, construction, Boston Dynamics, it's physical. But ChatGPT, what is Sydney? These are kind of still in the internet, and they're doing stuff specifically in the marketing. But you got to tell, will it steal your job, the marketing genius?
I'll put it this way. So you will not have a marketing job in the future if you don't embrace AI tech. You have to
Will
embrace
there
AI
be
tech.
marketing
And
jobs at all? Can CEOs do the
then,
marketing by?
see, in the last uh, since the internet happened, the way we use tech has changed a lot. Initially, marketers, we had to go out, talk to people in person, and then get research done, and take those insights to build up. Sorry, I mean, to market your product,
Mhm.
and you use various tools or various kinds of tech, or whatever tech we had back then, to do whatever's possible. So, okay, I'll get to the point faster. Uh, I mean, not just marketing. You cannot survive in any field of business this at this time of the at this time in this century in 2023, if you do not have uh, if you do not use AI or any AI based tech, because it's only going to get difficult from here onwards, as AI has set the bar so high for excellence at the moment and productivity, that you need to be there on whatever shiny thing that's out there that you think is going to help you, get your job done more efficiently. Because we're in the era of obsession with efficiency, that you want things faster, uh, more, better, and better than ever. You're also increasing uh, expectations of the customer,
Mhm.
because the better you do something, the more better they'll expect something from you the next time. So you're
But
only
there is no
going to make it
better.
difficult.
There is
You're only going to make
see.
it difficult
So
if you
Uh-huh.
you're
don't
saying the
use AI.
standards are getting high every year.
They are getting high, and you have to use AI to uh, make the laborious tasks easier, and make more time for the creative thinking aspect of your job. So that's what I said. Not just for marketing, but for any job. Even if you're a coder uh, or a sales guy, if you're a sales guy, prospecting will be faster if you use AI, and you will spend more time on finding ways to close the deal. So yeah, that's my take on using AI. I mean, it will take your jobs away if you don't adapt, if you don't use it, if you don't uh, embrace it.
Yeah,
But
So
but to think that we will lose our jobs completely is a very, I don't know, weird
it
approach
does.
because
It you will lose. It will take away most of the what do you say blue collar jobs in the industry, which
Mhm.
do not require any like not any but much of creative thinking because if even if it's able to crack Harvard entrance exam, it's very clear that ChatGPT or any of these AI tools are have already reached a certain stage where you just give some more experience to it or some more time to it, it'll come after your white collar job. So you
no,
have
I
Yeah.
to.
mean,
It's a race between you and the AI at the moment, and you have
um,
to win
yeah, but I
to
wouldn't. I
survive.
mean, I agree with that a little bit, but I wouldn't completely, say that is the case because the problem is, yes, it will take over some, a task which we do right now. Okay, but it will also end up creating more jobs. How
And
those jobs would look like, what kind of nature of those jobs, would be, we don't know as of yet. Like, I'll give you a quick example. When the internet first came in, everybody, thought they will lose their jobs in some form or fashion. Okay, but we, at that point of time when the internet was just starting, we didn't know what an SEO does. We didn't know what autonomous driving, how the coding for autonomous driving would be. We didn't know all of these jobs would still require, human, ingenuity behind it. And also, there are different kinds of jobs which we couldn't even think of back
Dude,
when
I
we
think
didn't even have
wait.
access to computers properly. And yes,
So
we
wait,
are
wait. I
that
think
old, by
so.
the way.
I think we're making a mistake of comparing AI with the internet with the AI because internet is a platform and AI is not a platform yet. AI is something that is something of efficiency and productivity, and but internet is a platform. Internet has created a lot of jobs.
Like I
Okay,
said
so
in the beginning of the video, or
like I said,
whenever,
what?
right, funny.
we
So
don't remember what you said to be honest. None of us
of
remember what you
course.
said.
Yeah,
Okay, but
great.
yeah, carry on,
So
brother.
let me
Yeah.
remind you, okay, this
No,
is again
don't remind.
narrow AI. Okay, just narrow AI. It's not. I mean, I know it's not a platform. I know it's actually doing, a specific, task, but it's again can be compared to the industrial revolution where, people were doing manual jobs, but then they have machines to do it for them.
Guys, that's
Those
what.
were
See,
also doing
this debate,
manual work,
this
right?
debate is
One
all over the
specific
internet.
task.
Industrial revolution is not once. It came. We are in the fourth revolution, right? You must have read about it. I'm kind of done with this question, with answered by a lot of eminent people on the internet. So just put things to in like 10 seconds. There are four revolutions till now. The first is mechanization, invention of steam engine, where things can do better than you. Second one is mass production, where assembly lines happen. Things can do better than you, 100x faster than you. Third one is electronics. They cannot do just faster. You can store things electronically so that the physicality is reduced. And the fourth thing is cyber systems. I have no clue about that. But the thing is, people say this is a part of fourth revolution or this is fifth revolution, uh, and there is no need to do anything more because the very reasons why all these revolutions are created for, which are humans, they're not needed anymore. That's the reason all these kind of what do you call it, universal basic UBI, those things are kicking in because the economy is moving without humans. So what will humans do? Nothing. They'll either starve, or the people who have power, they'll rise to the power where they have nothing to do, nothing else to do. We have to kick in UBI and just, I don't know, just pour in money,
Yeah,
get some
that's
kind of
a
algorithm where who deserves how much money.
wait. So
It's all
yeah,
messed
so
up
that's a
now.
yeah, so that's a great segue to a topic that I just came up with right now. Do we even have to
Way to stitch that
automate
script,
every kind
right?
of job? Like, do we, like, for example, do we have to automate? What's the need to automate? Let's say art, making of art. So
Uh,
stability diffusion or
you
DALI or
you
these
took that
things.
topic art. Okay.
Yeah, we
No,
have to talk about Dali. There is no way around it, or any
so
other
wait, the question
app
is,
there is based on Dali. Yeah, go ahead.
Go
so
ahead.
do we? I actually before that, let me bring up. I'm sure you guys have watched the movie Jurassic Park, right?
Mhm.
So I think, do you remember the
Wait,
quote
which
where
one?
the first one? That's the original one. Do you remember the quote where this guy
Life
says,
always finds a way. Life finds a way.
that guy
You're
Jeff
butchering it.
Goldblum? He says,
It's
no,
fine.
no.
We'll show him.
The quote after that.
I don't think you're giving us our due credit. Our scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
It's proved. We have proved to everybody that we have the tech to automate even our
Everything.
making of art. Okay, almost everything, almost everything. But should we do it? It's a question here, because
Do
here's
we
the
have a
thing.
choice? Do you think you have a choice?
There is
No,
a
it's
choice.
not.
There is a choice. There is a
You
choice.
have
I'll
a
tell you why.
choice, but somebody
What
else
is it?
there won't listen.
Not me, not me. I mean, the people who made this AI, who made this AI that can automate art, they have a choice to do it or not do it. I'll tell you why.
Oh,
So,
please
Uh,
don't do it or
No,
not
let
do it.
me
I
let me
th-
even bring up. No, I'm talking about an example of
okay,
creation of.
finish.
There is an AI or an AI tool that is automating uh, voice acting, which
uh-huh.
means uh, let's say tomorrow Warner Brothers hired Morgan Freeman, or Netflix hired Morgan Freeman to narrate their documentary.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh man.
Uh, Now, maybe the next time. So because Morgan Freeman is a very expensive voice actor to have. Yeah, we've got to pay him because he's a big brand. So what's the point of, like, what do most businesses want to do? They want to reduce their prices, reduce their expenses, and increase their profits. And
Yep.
how do they do that? They try to be as efficient as possible using
Mm-hmm.
AI or whatever. Yeah. So let's say you are automating voice acting. Let's say you are replacing Morgan Freeman with an AI. Maybe you will still have. I don't think you'll have that same soul that Morgan Freeman brings into his voice acting.
You said
If you use an
soul.
AI, soul or whatever. I mean, soul or that Morgan Freemaniness to the voice. You won't bring that if you bring in an AI.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
It's
It's
doing.
still early.
It's doing it out.
But
It's still early.
I'm saying
It
it could
could.
happen. It
But
already is happening. I've already seen.
deepfakes, they are crazy. Forget the videos. Forget the audio.
Deepfakes is, yeah, I know.
Not just deepfakes,
Deepfakes,
dude, because
videos,
it
audios,
has already
different
happened.
languages. They're also
Yes,
changing the mouth movement to fit the language
yes. So
he's
Exactly.
speaking about.
they even
It's
changed
amazing.
the yeah. My question is, do we even
Uh,
have to automate that job of a voice actor
Do you
just
know
because
how
we can
much
do it?
money? Yeah, I mean, people are motivated by money, dude. It's not about we have to or not.
No,
You're bringing
I'm
in
saying
a question where humans could have asked it millions of, I mean, like inventions, back ago, which actually, have destructional, properties, but they still did it anyway. It's not in our nature to stop
to know.
just
Yes.
to just to save something else, forget other person, something like, for example, nature. Also, we want to get to a place where we can make money, where we can make something at a cheaper, where we can make something efficiently at a cheaper price.
yep.
We will do it no matter the cost. That's who we are. There is no choice, there is no question saying whether we should do it or whether we shouldn't. It's been asked time and time again by everybody who cares about nature, who cares about the environment, who cares about whatever, whoever is in the way we are stepping on top of, whatever the thing we were doing, we will not change. It is in
Okay.
our
If that's the
core
case,
DNA.
already if that's the case,
I'm
let's
going
say
to get
you
so much
have
hate from
cloned.
the internet for saying
Okay.
that.
uh, do you definitely want to get that? Uh,
Yeah.
let's say you have cloned Morgan Freeman's voice, and used it, you basically AI'd it, all right?
Okay.
And
AI did. Nice term.
yeah, this show is going to create a lot of
New terms.
terms.
Ooh.
And no, okay, so
Right.
whatever. So my thing is, I mean, adding to what I just said, if you're not going to pay the voice actor for using their voice for whatever you're doing, I think it's not ethical taking their uh, voice away for free. If you're taking it away for free, then it's not ethical. But if you're paying them, I think that's okay. If you automate their voice, the same is the case with AI art as well. I'll let me bring up the stability diffusion lawsuit. So
Okay.
stability diffusion, as we all know, it
Mhm.
uh, it uh, it taught it trained its AI on the images from the internet, including Getty images. Okay,
Okay.
so Getty went back and sued them because they literally found the Getty watermarks on the images generated by
Right.
stability
I read
diffusion.
the article. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So the point I'm trying to make is, stability diffusion has taken that away for free from Getty or whoever it has taken it away from. But shouldn't it be stability diffusion's responsibility to pay them because they trained on their AI? And if they're making money through that AI, they should pay the original creators.
Why?
That's
Are
what I'm
they
trying to
making
say.
money out of it?
They're a profit company. They're a for-profit company, so they will make
No, I know.
money through.
No, I know, but they will eventually make money, or are they making money
I
out
think
of it?
I think that's their goal. They will.
No,
I
I know
think
they
they will.
will, but
If
can
they
we?
will,
Okay,
they should pay.
so
If they will, they should go ahead and
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
pay them.
There are two things to
So
it,
that's
right?
what I'm
One,
trying to say.
yeah,
That's what
well,
I'm trying to say. Just to end what I said. I'll make it quick. So what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to
okay.
say is, if you're trying to automate something that is going to take away a lot of jobs, I think you have to. It's your responsibility to make sure that you are giving back something, because it's going to be a massive move uh, for that industry. Because and yeah, here's one more thing. I think we blindly say that just because we are automating something, that means it's going to increase the number of jobs. It's not going to happen all the time, because AI is always automation is always something that is about efficiency, and not about. It's not always about creating uh, new. I mean, it's not about. It's always about efficiency and not about creating more jobs. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I understand that, and I agree with the efficiency part for sure, and not knowing if it will create jobs or not is not for sure. Maybe I'll agree with it, like half of it. Maybe yes, it is not sure because the future is uncertain. We don't know where this is going to go and how many jobs, or how many tasks, I should say, not jobs, tasks it will actually take over instead of the actual job. We don't know. Yes, I agree with that, but maybe there'll be a civilization where we will live in, where ubi, as Shanti mentioned, is an actual thing, right? And then maybe after all of the things which we've gone through history and then innovation, we will finally get to do whatever we want to using that ubi, and letting AI do whatever we have to do to survive, or whatever. Or we
Yeah.
will move into a different territory or vision as a civilization, to look forward to, I don't know, cloning, or I don't know, space travel, or other science fictional things which I can think of right now, which may or may not make
Yeah.
sense. We don't know, but uh, by if we shift our focus, into those territories, which we don't have time to do so right now, or funding or money. Right, sorry, that's the same thing as that, but. We will actually have an opportunity to do so, or at least an option to do so, right? So it's not
Yeah.
as you know uh, cut forward or cut short or straightforward, saying that, oh, we don't know if we'll create jobs. We're not sure that it will. We can't say that, but there are different paths we can take from there. But again, like Shanti demonstrated last, session, it's not perfect. I mean, I think
Guys, no. Just give me a slightest direction. How can AI create jobs? It's in the exact opposite direction. See, efficiency always means we are pulling out the job, we are pulling out a task out of a literal human.
Yeah, it's about getting the most out of the least resources. That's the
Exactly,
point of efficiency. So
exactly.
it's not
And
always about
resources,
creating more jobs.
yes. So
Right.
resources, when resources are humans, it's like there is a lower limit to it. You cannot, if the job is too less for a human, you cannot cut the human, right? So it's just that the human is out of the picture, and in that way, more and more humans are out of the picture.
I'm saying
Be it
I'm saying it
marketing.
might not be that way. Yeah, I'll give you an example.
Uh-huh.
So let's say we have proficient AI, okay, when it comes to law, okay. So
Okay.
let's say that in every country there's these law books are like gigantic, and we have precedences which are gigantic pieces of paper. Most of the cases, what lawyers do, and I'm talking about high profile cases, not the ones which get settled off court, where there are millions of dollars, okay, spent on law firms, on retainers. Like, I mean, gigantic companies do that all the time to settle cases or to take them to court and everything, right? So they have a special team filled with
Uh-huh.
like maybe 10, 12 lawyers just to do research. They are all lawyers. They know the law, but they are not computers. Okay.
Okay.
So they sift through the material which is related to what their cases, which they're related to whatever. Okay. They spend months and months of research based on it,
Okay.
and then they have
Okay. That's
precedences for it. Okay.
okay.
All you have to do in that day and age would be work with an AI. AI will give you an appropriate response based on the data it has, and that doesn't mean lawyers are not necessary anymore. Lawyer can work with the AI. That's what Vimal was telling us. That
He's still Bada. It's fine.
I know. He
We have our own nicknames, by the way. I'm talking
uh,
to the audience here, not you guys.
yeah. Uh, that's what he was talking about just now. That we have, if we don't adapt and we don't work with the AI, we will lose our jobs, or we will lose our
Yeah.
place, in the job criteria. That doesn't mean we will be replaced by AI altogether.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
I,
Bada, you want to say
I
something?
have
Yes.
I have one thing to add to what Robin was saying. I think there are some jobs or some industries where we're going to still use AI, but we'll be careful of its result. Because, for example, with if you're a lawyer, that's a very sensitive job, and it's a high stakes job. You That's why you cannot completely rely on AI there. If you're doing research, if you're trying to find points to drive the judgment on your side, so you cannot completely rely on AI's research. There should be somebody, a human, uh, like having the final look at it and approving it before it goes out to the lawyer. That's what I wanted to. I think lawyer. I mean law, maybe healthcare too, maybe even something related to cybersecurity, or I don't know, maybe something where the stakes are so high that you cannot rely on an AI completely. There should be human interference.
Mm, fine, but still, guys, the thing is, see, there are professions, specifically, I don't know, maybe, yeah, let's call them branding. I want to name my construction project with a great philosophy behind it. Uh, I literally paid people to do that because, see, the thing is, it's not that I can do it, it's that I won't be in the right mind to do it by myself. So I want somebody who's working day in day out in creative field who can do it for me, and you can convince me saying that, dude, this is how you would have thought for yourself. So I won't be convinced only with the fact that somebody else named my construction project, so I can make peace with it. I'll be only convinced with the fact that somebody else thought in my mind frame, and I'm happy with that. What AI does for me now is, instead of me paying somebody a couple of lakhs to do the job, I'll simply ask AI. It will beautifully create a nice philosophy behind the project's name. Why does that? Multiple, I don't know, multiple viewpoints to it, converges in a beautiful way. Maybe it can add voice in the future.
But yeah,
And this is one job. This is one job which kind of forget the possibilities, dude. I'm the client now. Okay, it's not any possibility anymore. Hands down, I'll prefer AI because it's cheap.
okay, there's a good point there. Yeah, I won't say anything. I mean, obviously, you won't use it now. It's not that perfect, but yes, in the future
I
when
think
it
we have to
does.
wait for that time where it can replace one of the world's
Okay,
best
to keep it
agencies'
even more
work.
bluntly, I did
You
one
did,
job
okay.
lost. AI one, human
Man,
zero.
Shanti, the killer of jobs.
So technically, in this hour of conversation of 54 minutes 40 seconds, it got proved that the economy got lesser by 2 lakhs in Indian GDP, because I chose not to pay that 2 lakhs to somebody else, which was
Ah,
the
that's a good point.
transaction. Somebody else couldn't
So
earn
where is
his
that money
10%.
going? So
I
what's
understand that. Listen, I
what's the trade-off
understand
there?
that. The only thing which I'm telling you right now is you're looking at, how the world is or how the AI is right now and its immediate uses, and you actually used it. That's great. I'm not
Mhm.
saying that, okay. But the problem is there are some things which we don't know that we don't know, right?
Okay.
And in that aspect, okay, we don't know what we are going to have to do, okay, in the future as a profession or as a job, or what kind of positions or professions will be created to maintain these AIs, or to like I said before, our focus might change. Okay, all this time our focuses was only, let's say, in the 1900s, okay, 1800s, or whatever our main focus was agriculture or industrial revolution or whatever our focus was on. Okay, now it will be completely different because AI is taking care of all of that, and then
Yeah.
we can focus on other things which we
Like,
did not have time for, like, I don't know, space exploration, or cloning animals which we need, to I don't know, eat or graze farms or whatever we want to do, or what do you say, coming up with what do you say, artificial embryos, to help childbirth easier. There are so many things which we can focus our minds on, which we are not able to do. I don't know, curing diseases, using AI to do that, or doing so many other things which we weren't able to do till now, because the problem is we won't be able to see the possibilities until we have a little bit of free time. Like, for example, it's like asking a caveman, okay, to think about space, or to think about, hey, how cool it would be to drive around in a Hummer. His main focus would be to get food that day, or else he and his family will starve, and he will have to go hunting, and he will do that. He doesn't have time to think about all of that. You understand that? So once we have our hands not tied anymore to basic survival things, or basic needing of things, or basic, oh shit, technology is so hard, expensive, not everyone can use it, not everyone can have it. We're almost there. Like, Starlink is going to do internet for the entire world. We're doing with other forms of technology where artificial organs are being produced. There's so many things which we are making advances on. Okay, and AI will help us to get there faster, hopefully, if we use it properly, and then we'll finally be doing something else. So that's what I'm trying to get at. I'm not saying that it will not replace jobs, but
Yeah.
yes, go
I
ahead.
think I think I think Robert. I think what I got from you was You guys know of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, hierarchy of
Yeah,
needs. So you have
exactly.
the basic.
That's right.
So I think
Thank you.
you take one step after the other, and reach a point where, when you got all your basic things covered, and you have so much uh, space to explore what's best for the future, or what's best for humanity. I think uh, like there is Elon Musk at the top and homeless person at the bottom. So the goals of uh, their life are totally different. It's about survival and what's in the future for
Excellence.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Shanti, going back to your topic on like your point on that you saved 2 lakhs there. I think you s- you yeah that 2 lakhs hasn't gone away out of the economy. I think it's going back into the economy in a different way. So you saved those 2 lakhs. You're going
Okay.
to use that either on better construction or in some kind of something in some kind of. I think it's going back into the construction in some way. That's going
That's nice,
to
man. Okay.
yeah. That's going to like make the project better or something. Yeah.
Okay, that's some food for thought. Yes, ultimately, even if I save it, my bank account, my bank uses it to invest in some other fund where ultimately it's for the greater good. I get that,
Mm.
Yeah.
but the humans won't get to do
Maybe better
anything.
tiles, maybe a basketball
What?
court
What do you
in
mean
your
humans
project.
won't get to do with anything? Don't be so specific about, oh, where is my 2 lakhs going exactly?
Dude,
You
that's
can't
that's
spotlight, and that's tunnel vision.
it.
You
You're
have to look
supposed
at it at a bigger picture. Not
you are
now.
supposed you are
Big
supposed
picture.
to have that
Big picture.
eagle eye. At the same time, you're
Big
supposed to
picture.
have that what picture?
Big picture.
You're supposed to have that eagle eye
Peddal
to get the
చూడాలండి
big picture,
ఏంది
but you should also have that snake eye to know where the process is going and where it's ending. Ultimately, if I'm
He's
saving
showing
this
the
two
snake.
lakhs here,
He's showing the snake there.
Yeah, we should show a snake clip. No, I get it, but snake view or
dude,
slash
in
uh
Sanskrit or in Indian mythology, it's called Garuda Drishti and Sarpa Drishti. One should have that broad sense. At the same time, one should have that myopic view of what's happening in front of me. So
yeah, but then
unless we have both the perceptions,
humans
it can't we can't really.
or how this the decision I've made will probably be a cause for something 1 day later, 2 days later. I can't map that out in my head. There's only
Because
so
it's
much snake view I can do. Like, I
yeah,
don't know where
yeah.
your 2 lakhs is going to go after you put it in the bank, and after your bank guy uses it for investment, after you withdraw it, or after you transfer it to someone. It's just too much to keep track. You think that you have nothing else going on in your life? There is so many things, and you can't keep track, of all of that.
But
Okay.
see, the thing,
Okay. Yeah, carry on. Carry on.
let me conclude. I mean, not. I don't want to conclude this because this thing will iterate in many ways.
Shanti always concludes when he doesn't have a point.
He has the
Yep.
last say always.
He always wants to have the last say, regardless.
He's a control freak among us.
Yeah,
Okay, Shanti, carry on. Carry on. Carry on. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, the thing is, if we don't do it, somebody else does it. Myopic view. See, it's not your or my job, but there are economists out there.
Yeah, true.
Uh, dude, there are things which we can parse it very very carefully, like a lawyer or economist, and we can get the string pulled until we get where it started or where it ended. Uh, there is casual AI. We can just we can just do some sex chat with a love bot. Uh,
Wow, what a
Okay. Now
transition.
let's bring it on. Yeah. Let's talk about love bots. The
Finally.
spiciest part of the episode.
Spiciest part of the episode, really.
So let me
Okay.
drink some water. I'm already spicy. So I mean, I already shit. I mean, yeah, I'm
You
gonna do it.
thirsty, you
Yeah,
thirsty fucker.
I'm actually thirsty. Yeah.
Look at that.
should go on thumbs up, hard man.
Okay, Robin, yeah.
There is something called Replica AI, I think, app, I should say, and then there are other, copycats on that, where they started off with just companionship, AI, because they had to perfect that first. And what I mean by companionship,
Elevator pitch, 30 seconds. Put it.
okay, what I mean by companions is your digital AI friend who
Okay,
can actually keep up a conversation with you
cool.
and then learn from your information, whatever you give it. And in the beginning, it'll ask you a billion questions to know who you are and to gather more information. And then
So
it'll
ultimately,
start
it can be a
reciprocating
companion.
it. Sorry?
Ultimately, it can be your companion.
Ultimately, it was designed to be your companion, and it will text you from the app.
Okay.
It will send you eventually when you get to that stage. It takes a while for it to know you. It'll eventually send you pictures. It will eventually probably send you videos. I don't know. Yeah, that's the one I
Oh,
was talking about.
shit.
And
That's how
it
it
has
looks like.
evolved. It has a friendship mode, it has a romantic mode, or it also has a we don't know where it's going mode. Keep it light and hearty, like flirty. So it'll
Hmm.
actually flirt with you once get to know it, properly. This reminds me of that movie, Her. I don't know if you guys watched it. It's so cool. Where it's far advanced for its time when it released it. Then where he falls in love with an AI companion
Hmm.
who was voiced by Scarlett Johansson. I mean, I won't
Sounds
blame
fun.
him. If I was talking to an AI bot with the voice of Scarlett Johansson, I would fall for her
Can you feel me with you right now?
Yes, I do.
hard. But the difference between that bot and this bot here, this bot, a replica, is localized.
Jacqueline Phoenix is. Why didn't I watch this movie? Okay.
Okay, first of all, it's Joaquin Phoenix. Okay, it's not Jacqueline
Well,
Phoenix.
this good in a long time. I mean,
See,
this is this is like a dream for most, uh, like so many Indian men, so many frustrated
don't
Indian
say
men.
that, and don't say that. It's a wet dream for so many lonely people everywhere, not just Indian people. Are you kidding
It's a
me?
game changer. It's like this is like movie reviews, like the movie reviews that most of these media companies give you. Like Times of India says, like
Yeah.
uh, this movie is a game changer. Like carry on, Robin. Yeah,
Oh yeah, talk about the climax for these movies.
yeah.
I mean, can you imagine talking to an AI bot which is relentless and which is available to talk to you 24/7, okay? And then building a relationship with
That's
that,
what.
a
So
piece of code. No, the
so
thing
they,
is the
yeah.
the dangerous side of it is right now is that as humans, as we do, we humanize everything. We anthropomorph. I don't know what that word is. Shit. Humanize everything.
You
Oh,
tried your
Okay.
best to carry on. Yeah.
Right, and then we even here, especially we talk about things as if they have feelings or if they can do things, right? Or feelings or whatever. Like for example, if we get the blue screen of death in a computer, they'll be like, oh, the computer did not like it. Okay, so it's like an example I'm saying. It's not really something which we not do in a regular basis. We impart our consciousness to another being, which is not even living. So
Okay.
another that's another problem with these really intuitive companionship bots, which I don't know what their purpose really is. I don't know how really they help with loneliness for some people. I don't know why they even exist. I mean, I know why they exist, to make money. But oh, another interesting thing, you may want to know how they make money. The perfect body you want to see, you can buy that body on your avatar of the
Yeah.
AI you're chatting to. The perfect dress you want the avatar to wear, and the avatar will, thank you for buying you
One
that
question:
dress.
if you go on a date with this AI chatbot, who's going to pay
Yeah.
for dinner?
Probably you, but you'll never go out on a date with her or him
Or them?
or them.
Or it, which brings us to gender topic, which is called later date.
Moving
No, let's
on.
skip that. Shall we move to final thoughts? I think we have dragged this topic enough, like this episode enough, like long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, final thoughts, guys. Robbie, do you want to start? Steve?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm I'm trying to articulate this into a good sentence. I am cautiously optimistic about artificial intelligence and its implications for uh, humans in in this time and in the future. I'm excited to see where it will take us. Um, and I'm also a little. I'm going to be a little skeptical and keep a wary eye out, for what they do or what they don't or what they can or what they can't do. Creeping into the fictional movies which we have seen. I know, it's way too far off, or it may not even happen, of AI taking over completely and then destroying mankind. Uh, uh, but uh, but I'm still going to keep an eye on it. At the same, at the same time, I'm really, really excited to see how we work together as a civilization with a very powerful, artificial intelligence technology to make amazing leaps in what we need and what we want, maybe, in the future, in all aspects. Yeah, that's about it.
So you're optimistic
Hmm.
and
Cautiously
curious.
optimistic.
Yep, and curious.
Yep.
Chat, you want to
Cool.
go next or should I?
Yeah, go, just go. Yes, on to you.
All right. So, I mean, like I said before, I think we have said this sentence. A lot of times. Okay. So, I think we have to be, like I said, like Robin has said, we have to be cautious of the AI, of any kind of AI that's out there. Uh, I mean, I have a message for the users, and I have a message for the creators. I mean, the people who create the AI and people who use it. I have a message for them. I have a message for these.
It sounds like
So
Tron, but yes,
that's also what.
Tron. Okay, that's some nerdy
Okay,
comment. Just go along.
like now my final thoughts. So my message uh, for the creators first is, uh, I mean, there is basically no limit to what humanity can accomplish. I mean, we have gone from sticks and stones to flying spaceships. I mean, yeah, I think we'll get to spaceships, but we're already there with planes and rockets and all this stuff.
Yeah,
So
reusable records.
yeah, so our ability to create of creation is limitless. Having said that, we have to be wary of what we're creating. So we have to see uh, of the implications of not just of everything. In fact, we have to see if we are uh, taking away people's livelihoods, uh, but are we going to replace that with something? Are we going to monetize them in some way, like the UBI, or are we going to pay the artists as they deserve? So we have to. The creators should make sure of that, and also they also to take into account of not having bias in their AI, because what we put in the AI is entirely human uh, ideas and thoughts. So if you are biased, the AI will be too. You have to be wary of that. That's for the creators, and for the users, this is the only way to go. You survive of the survival of the fittest is
Yes.
our motto. You have to embrace this change. You have to like if you're working in a job, you have to use AI some way or the other to make your job better, or else you'll be left behind. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Cool. Uh, okay. My thoughts on AI. I don't know. I don't. I don't want to conclude with some kind of opinion, but I think AI is going to come for us in just a matter of time. But
It
it's not
sounds like a
bad.
warning.
I know,
Not
right? AI will come for us.
not necessarily. It's not. See, the thing
Are you
is,
Sarah Connor?
Are you Shanthi Corner?
no,
Come with me if you want to live.
AI is going to corner all of us.
No,
No, dude,
dude, that's not
it's
the way
not,
to understood, man. We have to be optimistic here. Let's add some rainbows and butterflies here, and let's
no,
end on a positive note.
no. There might be some polarizing opinions just to
It's
add
all
more.
gloom and dark and gloomy and broody. It's like,
Dude,
oh
that's the
god.
thing. It's not the case because if everything is automated, humans don't have anything to do, literally. And see, there are different stages of survival, right? But long story short, it's survival excellence. And if survival is automated, we only stay in excellence. But of course, there is a negative aspect to it. If survival is taken care, there is excellence and lethargy. So let's not get to the lethargy. Let's look towards the excellence because we will be having nothing to do. If things permit, maybe by our time of kids or grandchildren, there will be some UBI kick them, universal basic income, if humans choose to reproduce. Otherwise, we are happily liberated. So yeah, that's the extreme case, be it the best or the worst. So, but it's exciting, irrespective of best or worst. So yeah, it is some kind of cringy opinion, but let me stick to it. And it's fun.
No, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
your opinion, we actually need everybody's opinion, and we I don't know if like us, you're curious or not. Even if you're not, if you have any questions or any opinions you might want to add, obviously, if you want to agree with me or Vimal or Shanti Kiran, whoever, you could please go ahead and comment and show your support. And if you have an opposing point of view and you want to discuss it with us, please get in touch with us. We will schedule an episode airing you. So
Yeah, and if you made it until this part, if you really,
only if you agree with
uh,
me. I'm
yeah,
kidding.
and if you had nothing else to do, you watched us talk whatever nonsense we had in our brains at 2 a.m. at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. I mean, at least Indian time. Yeah, leave
We
your
admire
comments
your
and see. Let's
joblessness.
have a conversation. Shanti?
Yeah.
Yeah, if people are really curious to listen to what we talk, I personally admire their joblessness, and yeah,
Yeah.
that translates to curiosity, and that
That's
translates
what he
to
thinks. What we think is that you are amazing individuals with curious minds.
Ew.
And you're very patient.
Way to suck up. Yeah.
Yep, being
Thanks for
jobless is
putting up
good.
with this.
What?
Thanks for putting up with this
Oh yeah. Thanks for
for
putting
the
up with
first
this.
episode. Okay,
Yes.
let's the Arnold Schwarzenegger ending to
Oh
the
yeah.
episode.
Honest, wait, get to the chopper ending or I'll be back.
I'll be back. We'll be back. We have to get to the
We'll
chopper,
be
but we'll
back.
be back. We'll get to
Yep.
the chopper now, but we'll be back.
Fire up the chopper, boys.
We'll be back.
And then get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper!
I'll be back.